So Baron Corbin was over on Chris Van Fleet Cousins, and so I went over here to listen because Baron Corbin, and I think I said this ways back in my archives and my old, wrestling color situations. Baron Corbin off of the wrestling realm and in his own world has personality. I know he enjoys cooking. He likes watches. He likes that he's rich. And he has no problem telling people, I'm rich. I'm better than you. So with that being said, I went on over there and I listened to some of the stuff he was talking about Chris Van Fleet. Baron Corbin likes to talk. Baron Corbin is the kind of person that if you don't got nothing to say, you don't need to because he gonna talk. This man talked and talked. But when he spoke about stuff specifically pertaining to wrestling, because that's all we know him from, unless you a football fan, because he played football, then you know you probably know him from that. Baron Corbin is dead, according to this guy. I forgot his real name. But you can now call him Bishop Dyer the Nomad. That is the name that he is going to be wrestling under going forth. He said he's on the indie scene and he's loving it. Um, he now understands what people been going through, trying to scratch and survive out there. Only difference is he's a millionaire. Baron Corbin's not broke. So let's keep that in mind, okay? He's not like a broke independent wrestler. So a couple of takeaways that I kind of wrote down, because y'all know I can't remember nothing. He was negotiating a 5-year deal while he was retiring Kurt Angle. He signed the deal because somebody was like, you better sign it. Also, somebody was trying to sabotage him. Somebody in the back did not like Baron Corbin. Um, Randy Orton was a very big advocate for Baron Corbin. He liked Baron Corbin because he was a safe worker and willing to do anything. That's one thing about Baron Corbin also. He was willing to do anything. He didn't give too much pushback. If they asked him to job to such and such, he was going to do it. I know there's a clip going around of him basically saying that he didn't like to be told that he was going to be a body for Jacob Fatu or for a wrestler. He felt that they dehumanized him, and that's dehumanizing to say it like that. Now, the person who said it, he didn't say they did apologize that it came off that way, but essentially they just basically said we need you to job to this particular wrestler because we about to put a rocket pack on him, and we need you to go out there and get your ass kicked, and that was Jacob Fatu. Uh, his earn. Somebody said he said he was happy getting his basic earning. And when he was at NXT, they told him you can out earn your contract. So I had to go look that up because listen, apparently they were telling him even if you're making, let's say he was making $100,000 as his base, like he's gonna get that whether he works or not. That's just what he's gonna get. So if he's off TV, laid up, he's going to make $100,000 regardless for however long. Okay, they said you could out earn that with your merchandise and stuff like that. But the problem was he said he was a heel, so he couldn't get the merchandise and stuff like that because heels don't get that unless you're like Stone Cold and some type of anomaly. So he tried to renegotiate. They really wasn't feeling it. They was looking at like, well, what can you bring to the table? This is what Paul Levesque told him. Are you a flash in the pan? Now, I find this hilarious coming from Paul Levesque because if you go back and look how Paul Levesque booked Baron Corbin, I am completely confused as to why he asked this man if he was a flash in a fucking pan. Like, what? His name is real Thomas Prescott. Okay, that's good to know. Anyway, as the lone wolf, Baron Corbin had a good in-ring music. But I believe he won the NXT championship. Vince McMahon had him win the Money in the Bank. He had a couple, like, I don't understand why Triple H said flash in the pan. His booking is the problem. That's what it was, okay? And when we talk about Vince McMahon, he had a very terrible habit of playing with toys and throwing them to the side. Paul Levesque booked fucking Baron Corbin with no issue. So why would you ask him that now? Because the price yesterday ain't the price today. So Thomas Prescott, Baron Corbin, is hoping that he can negotiate based on merit and hoping that these people negotiate in good faith. That's not a good faith question. Are you a flash in the pan? What the fuck? As many times as this man has been the constable, they put the failure of 2018 on Baron Corbin's shoulders. Okay? Then he was Happy Corbin. He was Bum Ass Corbin. He was King Corbin. He took whatever they gave him and did the best he could. And I'm not gonna knock Baron Corbin for that. So I don't know that flash in the pan was an appropriate question to be asking. That wasn't in good faith, Paul Levesque. Vince, on the other hand, actually did the gambling. This is why a lot of people, when they talk about Vince McMahon and negotiating with him, that he was willing to gamble with a lot of his talent. Vince McMahon offered a 1-year deal and 10 months. And he said he loved it and basically said, if you could work and do what I asked you to do with this 1-year deal, come back and negotiate with me. But by then, all the shit had hit the fan, so everything was up in the air. When he went to NXT, he took a pay cut, and that's where they had the conversation about you can out earn your, downside or the base that you're gonna get regardless. And it just seemed like there was a lot of bad faith all around on WWE's side. He said when he was in NXT, he went down there, revamped himself. Him and Apollo Crews was in a tag team. Him and Braun Breaker was getting momentum in the tag team. They was called the Lone Wolves, the Angry Wolves. Like, they was getting momentum. And somebody in the back did not fuck with Baron Corbin. And I don't know if he knows or what, but he said word on the street was somebody don't want to fuck with you like that. Somebody ain't fucking with you. They trying to get you up out of here. So somebody was already on his ass. And apparently it's been successful because he's going now after 12 years. And for anybody that's like 12 years, The Miz is probably going to be one of the longest tenured wrestlers there. With a couple few others, but The Miz been there just as damn long. When asked if he was going to return, if they asked, I agree with him that the door's open because money talks and bullshit walks. These people are just about making money. They don't really give a fuck about nothing else at this point. But he said he would respectfully say no thank you. And the reason why he's going to say no thank you is because he's experiencing something he's never experienced before. Actual true independence. He is experiencing what an independent contractor actually is. So he said he's been out there doing jiu-jitsu. He wants to work with the Food Network. He wants to do a watch series. He wants to do all the things. His wife is supportive. Like, they have everything at their disposal. They got money. He's comfortable. This guy went on and on and on about how he hung out with Taylor Swift. Like, he's rubbing elbows with Hollywood. He is experiencing something he hasn't experienced in 12 years, and he don't want to lose that. And I don't blame him. Okay? He said, I could get the reactions out of the matches. They were really good matches. I can work with anybody. I don't have bad chemistry with anyone. He had feuds with Seth Rollins. Remember that whole debacle with Seth Rollins and Lacey Evans? Roman Reigns, before they went on to capture world titles. He said, I think that's attributed to wanting to make guys look better than they are. Because of this, Baron Corbin admits that he had opportunities, but at the end of the day, he wanted a world title run, and he never got it. And I'm going to say this. I agree with him. Those titles right now have really no prestige, and you can hot potato them because the people who hold the titles don't fucking wrestle. And me coming from eras of you can see your world champion on TV every fucking day because that is the whole point. All this house show shit, they're working over here. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I should see my world title champions wrestling day in and day out on live TV. Those days are over. Okay? Baron Corbin could have been a champion and got a run. There's really no reason why he could not. And I agree with him. I think he is enjoying his independence. I think it's fascinating to hear him speak. It was a cool interview if you're interested. And I'm going to leave it right there. What you think of Bishop Dyer has introduced himself to the world. Baron Corbin is dead. I'll catch you on the next one.